With Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton announcing his plan to try and unseat U.S. Senator John Cornyn, voters are already starting to look ahead to 2026. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniel Marin. Jennifer is off. With the governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and U.S. Senate races on the ballot, the outcomes will shape Texas for years to come. Our state capitol reporter Adam Schwager sat down with Jim Henson from the Texas Policy Project to take an early look at the next major election cycle.
There's going to be a lot of candidates and a lot of money brought to bear in those races.
It's official. Attorney General Ken Paxton is running against incumbent U.S. Senator John Cornyn. The move not only sets up a massive Senate showdown, but creates an intriguing race for Texas's Attorney General, which will be the biggest statewide election without an incumbent running in a decade.
If you're a Republican, there's a lot of pent-up demand out there among people that have wanted to move up and have had nowhere to go because incumbents have been running for re-election.
So far, only former U.S. Attorney John Bash, who has recently represented Elon Musk, has announced his candidacy. Henson believes more candidates will soon join the fray, along with more Senate candidates who could change the landscape of that race.
I think if you're Ken Paxton, the real goal here is to try to influence this race in a way that drives it into a runoff. I think there's a general sense that if this race goes to a runoff between Cornyn and Paxton, Paxton has a real serious advantage.
On Thursday, Cornyn said a Paxton primary win would make his seat vulnerable.
Democrats have been nipping at our heels for a long time.
Henson doesn't fully disagree, but says a lot of what happens in 2026 will be a reflection on President Donald Trump.
Scenarios in which Donald Trump is still very popular among Republicans and holding his own, at least among independents, versus a scenario where Donald Trump's job approval numbers are fading is a big difference.
In Austin, Adam Schwager, KXAN News.
And this morning, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick announced his re-election bid after Trump endorsed him. We did reach out to all of the candidates in this story. None were available to talk today.